Hey guys, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the cost of living here at Lake of the Ozarks. And over the past few weeks, we've been talking about relocating to the lake and is now the right time to do it. We've been talking about appreciation, growth, and market trends, talking about interest rates and inflation. And yeah, this probably isn't going to be the most thrilling video by any means, but more often now than ever before, as consumers, we're more concerned with where we're spending our money and how much things are cost and how much we're saving, right? As we all kind of navigate higher interest rates and inflation, the cost of goods, we are a little more frugal than what we once were. We're holding on to our money, we're pinching pennies, and again, we're just a little bit more cautious. So I wanted to do a video and talk about a few things, right? The median price point of homes and what you can expect. Also want to talk about property taxes, utilities, talk about groceries and Wi-Fi and internet, just like your overall cost of what you should expect if you're thinking about relocating and buying for an owner-occupied purchase, if it's a vacation home or a rental. We're all just more cautious of the overall cost of anything that we're doing. Jumping right into it, let's first look at your median price point of home. So I think this number it's skewed a little bit, and the reason is because there's lakefront homes, which is a certain price point, and then there's off-lake properties, which is a lower price point. And so mush it all together, on lake, off lake, your average median price point of a home is $356,000. And so all of your lakefront properties, all of the off-lake properties, that is the median price point of home. And now we know if you're off lake and you're in the surrounding area, that is a drastic decrease in the price point of your home. And if you're on lake or have lakefront property, it's clearly going to cost you a little bit more. So looking at single family homes and condominiums that are lakefront properties, your average median price point of a single family home on the lake is around $444,000 right now. So just sub 450, and that number fluctuates. It goes up, it goes down. Timing and seasons and inventory levels and other things go into that number, but mid 400s is about where your single family home is. And then on your condominium properties, you're looking at somewhere around 235, 240ish on a condominium average here around the lake. And so either way you look at that, a single family home lakefront property or a condominium lakefront property is still very affordable, right? It is still below the national average. It is clearly lower than a lot of these metropolitan areas that we're living in that are costing a ton and obviously are having a high tax rate. And if you're looking for an owner-occupied property, if you're looking again for a vacation home or a rental, to be able to do it lakefront, right, have the amenities and the commercial buildup, have minimum restrictions when it comes to your dock and your seawall, and to be able to do that affordably is pretty rare, right? If you're looking for waterfront or coastal properties, you know that those can become very expensive very quickly. And so Lake of the Ozarks is a very cost-friendly, below the national average price point for homes. Also, very affordable when it comes to your property taxes. And we talk to people in Texas and California and Colorado, and sometimes it's $12,000 and $15,000 a year for your property taxes, and it's nowhere like that. I think here on my single family home, my property taxes are like $1,800 a year. And so as we think about relocating, or maybe we're in one of those metropolitan areas, your property taxes can add another $400, $500, $600 a month onto your mortgage payment. And so here, that's not going to be the case. Now, of course, depending on the property and location, you're going to have a fluctuation of property taxes, but still, the average is going to be very affordable, especially compared to other places across the country. The next thing you want to look at are some of your utility bills, and your average price point or monthly utility bill for electricity is around $160 a month. And that's going to be, fluctuating depending on the time of year, right? If it's winter, you're running your furnace more. Summertime, clearly more AC, probably not doing much in the fall or in the spring. And so of course that number will go up and down depending on the season, but your average utility bill, electric bill, is $160 a month. Then you're gonna have your water bill. Now, this will depend on where you're at on the lake and if you're plugged into city water or if you're on a well. So my property is on a well. We're not plugged into city water and we don't have a water bill. So you can run the water as much as you want, and at the end of the month, you are still not gonna have a water bill. But if you are on a city water line, then you're gonna pay $12.50 for your first 1,000 gallons, and then $3.30 each additional 1,000 gallons after that. So I don't know how much water you use, but that seems to be pretty affordable. I think the average water bill is around $40, $45. And so electric bill around $160, water bill around $40, $45, unless you're on a well like my property, and then again, you're not gonna have a water bill. Another cost of living when you're here is going to be your Wi-Fi and cable bill. Now, your Wi-Fi will depend on if you're using a satellite-based company, maybe Starlink, maybe something else. Probably going to be around $75 to $100 a month. Then you're going to have whatever type of cable service or maybe satellite service for your TV. Probably another $75 to $125 depending on what that looks like. So your Wi-Fi, your cable, probably anywhere around, again, $175 to $225 a month for both of those services combined. The other bills that you should look at is probably just your normal, cost of living. You're gonna have your food costs, right? Groceries, retail cost. You'll have fuel and gas, and all of those things are below the national average in their categories. And so if you think about the area in total, your median price point of home is well below the national average. Your lakefront properties are still in line with the national average, but if you compare that to other lakefront home communities or coastal communities, you are well below the national average. Again, very limited restrictions on your properties, dock, lakefront. You're not gonna run into the Army Corps of Engineers where they have restrictions. And so to have less restrictions, lakefront, dock access with as much commercial buildup at the affordable price point that we're at is obviously very beneficial. That's why there's a lot of draw and attraction to this area. You throw in your property taxes, extremely affordable. You throw in your utility costs, your fuel, your groceries, your healthcare, all of those things are gonna be below the national average. And so look, again, I know it's not the most thrilling video, but we talk to a lot of you all the time, which, yes, the price point of home is your main number one concern, but we also have that conversation and sometimes we just start rambling on the cost of life in general. And so if you're in that retirement stage and you're on a fixed income, living off of Social Security, pensions, or your savings, you have to be very cautious on where we spend our money and how much we're spending, right? If this is a single family home, or if this is just a vacation home, right, for you and your family, you're still going to be concerned on the overall cost of living here at the lake. And I think You can probably research and Google a lot of this. This video is probably just maybe feeding you information that you already know, but for what you get at the cost per square feet and the other utilities and amenities around the lake, to do lake life and to do it at an affordable cost and below the national average, there's not too many places that beat it. And so we know, right, as you're exploring, you're going to have a lot of questions. I encourage you to call me, text me, email me. Don't hesitate to reach out. Jump on a Zoom call with me and let me know, right? If you're thinking about relocating, we got to get you plugged into a home search. We got to answer these cost of, homes and goods around the area, pros and cons, anything that we can do to help connect the dots and help you with your kind of relocation needs is obviously what we want to do. These videos are great, but obviously talking to you is a lot more fun. So call me, reach out, whatever I can do to help you. Please don't hesitate to let me know. And until then, we'll see you guys on the next video.